when the whole episode came about his situation, we were totally unprepared for it. Impact, except that Wade and I were scared to death. I mean, what do you do when you get that kind of information? It's nothing we can do about it. And so it was a situation, it really tested, I guess I don't know if that's the word, your faith, that you said it is going to work out. And on the scary nights, on the nights that we cried, on the night that we drank, on the night that we did whatever we did, it was in the context of, Lord, make this work out. And it did. Where in the world do you get the need for dialysis? A young, handsome man like that having to have such a problem. But because we say whatever it is, we have to deal with it in a productive way. And again, we were able to deal with it. He was able to successfully deal with it. But of course, when you have dialysis, it's not a healing, it's not a recovery process, it's a deterioration process. And so it got to the point where dialysis was no longer the viable option for him. And so the only viable option was a transplant. We talked, Gary talked, Dad talked, and then it was, you have to reach out. You have to let people know what's going on. And in order to get a transplant, you got to reach out to people and say, this is what I'm going through. Many times you don't want to talk about your life-death situation. That's not something you want to put out. But, Gary was able to do, and again, I think Gary has been surrounded by a supportive network and ultimately supported him by actually saying, we will go and get tested and see if we are a reasonable transplanter, or whatever that word is. But again, would you believe the person that was the most compatible to him was the person that has been with him since he was in the 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, and it worked out. So it was one of those situations where both elements got blessed. The recipient and the donor, that's probably the word I wanted to use. And here we are today, how many years later? And the donor and the recipient are still reciprocating.